Something strange is happening in Hollywood right now, and most people haven't caught on why in just a matter of days. Some of the biggest names in entertainment suddenly started popping up everywhere. A retired legend stepping back onto the field, a power couple making a rare appearance, and unexpected reunions that have fans asking serious questions. At first, it all looks like normal celebrity activity, but when you connect the dots, it starts to feel a little too perfectly timed. And the moment people started paying attention, one surprising appearance changed everything. It started with a moment no one was expecting. Tom Brady was back on the field, not in a packed NFL stadium, not under Super Bowl lights, but at a flag football event in Los Angeles. And somehow, that made it even more intriguing. At first glance, it looked like a simple appearance. A retired legend having fun, staying connected to the sport. But fans didn't buy it that easily, because when someone like Brady steps back into the spotlight, it's rarely random. Almost instantly, the internet started buzzing. Why now? Why show up publicly in uniform again after stepping away? Some fans believe this could be the beginning of something bigger, maybe a slow return to the spotlight, a new sports venture, or even something tied to entertainment and media. Others think it's a calculated move to remind everyone he's still very much part of the game, even without officially playing it. While everyone was still trying to figure out Tom Brady's sudden return, something much quieter, but just as interesting, was happening miles away. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell stepped out together for a glamorous gala in Aspen. Now, on the surface, it looked like a simple red carpet moment. But longtime fans immediately noticed something different. They don't show up like this very often anymore, and that's exactly why it caught so much attention. The moment photos hit the internet, people weren't just talking about how good they looked, they were talking about what they represent. In an industry filled with breakups and short-lived romances, their decades-long relationship still feels almost unreal, but their appearance also raised a subtle question: why now? Because timing matters in Hollywood. And when a couple this private suddenly steps into the spotlight again, fans start wondering if there's more going on behind the scenes. Some believe it's just a charity event, nothing more. Just as fans were soaking in that rare Hollywood couple moment, another reunion started gaining attention for a completely different reason. Glenn Powell and Zoe Deutsch came together again to celebrate doechii since everybody wants some. At first, it felt like pure nostalgia. A fun throwback, a simple anniversary, nothing too serious, but then people started noticing the details, the way they interacted, the effortless chemistry. Didn't they feel like two co-stars who hadn't seen each other in years? It felt natural, almost like no time had passed at all, and that's when the internet did what it always does. Speculation started building fast. Some fans began asking if this reunion was more than just a celebration. Could they be working on something new together? A sequel? Another film? Maybe even something completely unexpected. There has been no official confirmation, but that hasn't stopped the theories, because in Hollywood, reunions like this don't always happen just because. And the timing? It lines up a little too perfectly with everything else going on. While Hollywood was busy reliving old memories, the music world suddenly shifted the spotlight in a completely different direction. Doechii stepped onto the stage at a major festival in Colombia, and within hours, the internet was flooded with clips. First, it was the energy that grabbed people. The performance felt chaotic, bold, and completely unfiltered. Fans in the crowd were hyped, and the atmosphere looked electric. But once those videos hit social media, the reaction took a turn. Some people called it one of the most exciting performances of the weekend, raw, unpredictable, and full of personality. Others weren't convinced at all. Comments started pouring in, debating everything from her stage presence to the overall delivery. And just like that, it turned into one of those moments where the more people argued, the faster it spread, because controversy fuels attention. While the internet was still debating that performance, something even stranger started to unfold. Celebrities were suddenly everywhere. Dua Lipa was spotted out in New York with Callum Turner, and it didn't take long for fans to zoom in on every little detail. The way they walked, the timing of the appearance, even their expressions, everything sparked fresh relationship buzz. And this wasn't the first time. Rumors have been floating around for a while, but moments like this only add more fuel. Some fans are convinced it's serious, others think it's all being kept deliberately low-key. Either way, people are watching closely. At the same time, Joe Carey, who many still recognize from Stranger Things, was on stage performing in Brazil under his music persona. And that alone surprised a lot of casual fans who didn't even realize he had fully stepped into the music world. But it is where things start to feel unusual. These appearances weren't happening days apart. They were happening almost at the same time, across different countries, different industries, all within a tight window. Individually, each moment makes sense, but together, it starts to feel like more than coincidence. Because when actors, musicians, and major celebrities all step into the spotlight at once, it usually points to something bigger happening behind the scenes, and if you trace it back, a surprising number of them connect to one specific place, an event that quietly turned on. When you trace all of it back, everything seems to lead to one place, the Fanatics Flag Football Classic in Los Angeles. What looked like a fun, low-stakes sports event quickly turned into something much bigger. Because it wasn't just about Tom Brady stepping onto the field, it was about who else showed up. Travis Scott was spotted watching from the sidelines, Emma Roberts was seen moving through the crowd, casually blending into an event that suddenly didn't feel so casual anymore. Casey Affleck was there too, talking, observing, staying just visible enough to be noticed, and that's when people started connecting the dots. Because when this many high-profile names gather in one place at the same time, it's rarely random. It starts to feel intentional. Some fans believe it's just a social event, celebrities hanging out, supporting, networking. But others aren't so sure. There is growing speculation that moments like this are where deals quietly begin, where collaborations are discussed, where future projects start taking shape long before the public ever hears about them. No announcements, no headlines, just conversations happening in the background, and the more you look at who was there, the harder it becomes to believe it was all just coincidence, because this didn't feel like just another event. It felt like a meeting point, and that's where things start to get even more interesting. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, a pattern starts to emerge. Over the past few days, celebrities from every corner of entertainment, sports, film, music, have all been active at the same time. Rare public appearances, viral performances, and carefully timed reunions all seem to overlap in a way that feels deliberate. Some say it's just a coincidence. Others think it's a carefully orchestrated PR cycle. Hollywood is nothing if not strategic, and timing is everything. A week like this doesn't happen randomly, especially when it involves names like Tom Brady, Goldie Hawn, Dua Lipa, and Travis Scott, all showing up in ways that generate buzz across the globe. Fans online have started speculating. Could this be the quiet lead-up to major announcements? Big film or music projects? Secret collaborations? Even new ventures that we haven't seen coming yet? There is no official word, but the pattern alone is enough to make people wonder. So, when you put it all together, what looked like a normal week of celebrity sightings suddenly feels anything but ordinary. From Tom Brady stepping back onto the field, to Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell's rare appearance, Glenn Powell and Zoe Deutich's reunion, viral music performances, and unexpected public outings across the globe, it's clear that Hollywood is more active than ever. Individually, these moments might seem random, but viewed together, they paint a picture of carefully timed appearances, strategic events, and quiet buzz that's building behind the scenes. And if there's one thing Hollywood does well, it's keeping fans guessing. Rumors will spread, speculation will grow, and by the time the real story comes out, everyone will already be talking about it. So keep your eyes open. Because whatever is really happening behind the scenes, it feels like it's only just getting started, and the next surprise? It could hit sooner than anyone expects.